Okay, that was an accident. Don't pay attention to me. I'm just struggling tonight. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quill and Sword. We really are struggling tonight because I have the overlay done wrong because I know things. I just don't act like I know things. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. That looks better. Okay, I just don't pay attention to me. Nobody pay attention to me because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. My name is Stephen Partridge, and these are all my writer friends. We are going to play some D&D for you tonight. We love Syrinscape. Syrinscape is a great thing for streaming sounds and being immersive, and is nothing to do with the technical difficulties tonight. It was all me. It was all my fault. So I'll just own that, and that'll be what it is. I am going to roll a d4, and my lovely players are going to tell you what happened last time in case you need to get caught up. Hey, that's Vera. Here you go.
Well, we started out, we were on the farms on the outskirts of the village, and right off the bat, we had to deal with big zombie-esque nonsense. What was the first thing? We fought a lot of things. What was the first thing we thought? It was
an ogre.
It was an ogre. That's right. So we took on an ogre, at which point, the group finally got reunited after having been split apart for a while. We tried to investigate the immediate area, spoke with someone who lived nearby, got directed that there might be some nastiness going on with a cave not too far away, and went that away. And I'll go ahead and hand it over to Marissa.
So we go to the cave, and you would think, cave, not a big deal. I've seen several caves on rides at amusement parks, and those have been fine. This was not okay, though. So we go in the cave, and we're trying to, walk in, see what's going down. And there's a whole full-on zombie situation. And so some stayed in to fight, and some ran out. But when a few of us ran out, little zombie hands started reaching up from the ground. And that seems like illegal gardening practices to me, but what do I know? So that happened. And then after that, we decided to leave the cave. Everybody got out, and we blasted the door closed so that, everything was trapped in there. And then I'm going to pass it on to Robin.
Okay. So we got back to the city, and we were talking about what could have possibly been grabbing townsfolk, and Masquerade foolishly did not believe that there could be gargoyles, because there were definitely gargoyles. SENITA?
So now we're about to fight gargoyles without an ounce of rest.
Yes, and that is where we are starting off. However, they are not actually gargoyles. They are trolls, which are the Umber Horde corrupted version of gargoyles, because I know you guys love that so much better than just normal gargoyles.
Yes, we love you using words that mean something else to most of us.
Yep. So
Umber Horde, that was the word. I couldn't remember.
Yep, so we are going to go ahead and roll initiative.
I didn't even do that.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
18.
Oh my god.
8.
I should not be the first one in the fight. This is bad.
See, that's usually
I
my
got
thought.
an 8 too.
Wow. Man.
Doesn't hear you, little bitch.
All right, so I'm going to say that the Anu and Wisp go simultaneously, so you guys can actually choose who goes first at any given moment.
Okay.
Let me see where the trolls
Rock, paper, scissors.
Well, my dice hate me tonight. Somehow, the trolls are going before Masquerade and after everyone else.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're dexterous, too. They just rolled a natural 2. So
how many of these things are there?
There are currently 5 that you can see. But all of them are in the air. Only one is within melee range at the moment because it's swooping on someone. Nim, what are you doing?
Oh god. Okay. So we see them, they're swooping around. None of them are officially attacking yet, are they?
They are not attacking you yet. They are swooping down on villagers and carrying them off.
Okay, and how far away are they from us?
So they are, the closest one is probably about 20 feet away.
Okay. Can I distract the closest one that is attacking a villager?
Sure.
Well, would they be able to understand me? Would that be...
You are not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try a distraction.
Okay. Go ahead and, because that's normally just an ability you get to do, I'm going to make you make a roll.
Okay.
You can choose deception or persuasion or performance.
Oh, they're all the same. 19?
19. Okay, so you see this lanky but about like 8 foot tall creature swooping down on these quadruple bat-like wings with these elongated arms that would stretch from its high shoulders all the way down to dragging on the ground with these enormous clawed hands. And just as it reaches for the villager, what do you shout?
Oh, that's the outfit you chose to wear today. Well, that's an interesting choice. I don't know if I would have put that on. I mean, I have this fantastic cloak situation, but yeah, you do you, sweetheart. You do you.
And it turns to you, and briefly when it does that, the villager ducks, and it misses them. Just with this... And, yeah, what else are you doing? That was technically a reaction to what it was doing.
Okay, I don't want to attack yet, but I want to get my dagger ready.
Okay.
And I want to get in a position where, like my back is maybe against, there's like a tree behind me or something, some sort of dispensable spot.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely find a tree.
Okay.
All right, so you duck into this dispensable spot, and now we're at Anu and Wisp. So who wants to go first between you two?
You've got the better ranged attack. Do you want to take first crack?
Okay. Now, can I sleep these creatures? Since I couldn't sleep the zombies.
You want to sleep with them?
I was gonna say let's watch the wording there.
I said, can I sleep them?
Oh, sleep them. Oh, okay. So you wanna cast sleep on them. They are also undead, so unfortunately they are immune to sleep.
That's lame shit. Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
There will be no monster fucking this day.
Oh, God.
At least not for this game.
What about the next day?
I thought you were a rogue, not a bard.
Alright, so I'll just we have 5 in our vicinity, right?
Yes, there are 5 in your vicinity. The closest one is 20 feet. You have 2 at 40, and then you have one more that is at 60, and then one is 100.
Does attacking any of them make my sneak attack go off, considering they're...
You really only get sneak attack if you're attacking from an unexpected place. So you might want to hide as your bonus action and then do an attack, or you can take a bonus action to aim and do a ranged attack, and that'll automatically give you advantage.
A ranged attack. Okay. Alright, well I will take aim then and as my bonus action. And then I will do let me see, who do I want? I will do firebolt.
Okay.
At the I guess the closest one then.
Okay.
Alright, hit. And I roll twice and take the higher?
Yeah, you roll 2 times for your attack roll and take the higher.
Okay. 17.
17 is one less than what you need to hit these things with their stony skin.
Even with firebolt?
Even with firebolt. So you fire at this thing, and your blue-purple fire streaks in through the sky, and the creature whoom, and does an aerial flip and avoids it. So, Wisp, you're up.
Are they all in the air? I'm sorry, remind me.
They are all in the air, but there's one that's about 20 feet away, and that one is in melee range if you were to run up to it, because it's swooping right now.
You said 20 feet away?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna make a try at charging that one.
Okay.
So, let's see. Ah, fuck. That's an 8.
8 does not hit.
Yeah, no kidding.
We do have inspiration at the start of every game.
I am gonna save that.
Okay.
So I'll take the miss for right now.
Okay, the trolls are going to go. We have one that nat 20'd on its swooping, because swooping is bad. We got one that failed. Another one failed. Another one is going for Nim. Does a 21 hit your armor class?
I mean, what do you think, Steven?
I mean, I know it hits your armor class. So, let's see about that damage there. Oh, it rolled low. Okay, so you
Thank
take
God.
8 slashing damage
Whew. Okay.
as it swipes and swoops at you, and its claw tears at your dress and just nicks you a little bit on the arm.
I didn't get my cloak, right? My cloak's still good?
Nope, your cloak is still good.
Fantastic. Okay.
And then swoop. Okay, so all of them but 2 have people, minus the one that attacked Nim. So basically, 2 have people and 3 don't have people because they either missed or they attacked Nim. So Masquerade, huh? I'm sorry, Wisp.
The ones who have people are how high in the air are they at this point with these people?
They are probably only about, well, they could only be about 20 feet based on where they were from the ground.
Just trying to figure out in my head whether it's better to try and stop the ones who don't have people yet from getting people or to try and free the ones who have been caught. I just don't know how survivable that fall is.
That's fair. So for reference, mechanical reference, it's a d6 per, I think it's 5 feet? I think it's a d6 per 5 feet.
Ooh. No, that's probably gonna kill people to have them get dropped.
I'm gonna double check it real quick while Masquerade tells us what they're doing.
Firebolt.
Firebolt, okay. Bet.
And now that I've got D&D Beyond up properly, I can use that interface. That's going to be a 13.
Okay, it is a d6 per 10 feet, FYI, up to a maximum of 20 d6.
For 10 feet. That's not as bad. I gotta think on that.
So, I'm sorry, Robin, you said Masquerade did what?
13?
13
does a 13 hit with
does
a
not
firebolt?
hit.
Okay.
They have an 18 armor class, because they have stony skin
geez.
and are very dodgy. So,
I already hate these things.
Nim, it is, before your turn happens, you hear these people screaming. There are people in the streets that are shouting. A couple people open their windows, just reaching out for their loved ones that they see being carried off. And the elder shouts, "Shut those windows!" And, you see that the trolls sort of notice this, and so the one that attacked you looks like it's going to swoop off toward one of the open windows. It is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna do what I can. Yeah, I'm just gonna swipe with my dagger.
Okay.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
All right, swipe with your
Sounds
dagger.
better than fisticuffs.
Okay.
Something funny about the word swipe as an attack. I'm gonna swipe at you.
I got 13.
Does not hit.
My
So
God.
at this point, we're gonna lose because we can't hit them.
And do you have anything else you want to do?
I want to try to swipe one more time and just see.
Okay.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't fit. That's a 4.
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Anu and Wisp, who's going first?
Do you have a plan?
No.
All right, I'll go first. I was avoiding this because you said they had high dex, but you know what? I'm not having good luck with anything melee based, so let's try a Sacred Flame on one of the ones that's currently holding something.
I want to encourage Wisp, too.
Okay. All right. So you're encouraging Wisp, and Wisp, you are making them make a saving throw.
Yes.
So you'd actually want to distract them, Marissa.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm not rolling for this.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
dropped that die, so apparently it doesn't want to be used tonight. So we're using a different one. Okay.
That counts as a crit fail.
Right. Your gargoyles are dead. All of them. Just
So,
now.
Wisp, as you extend your hand for, I think it's Sacred Flame, right?
Yep.
This rainbow fire starts pillaring just above it, and it looks like it's about to dodge out of the way, and then Nim shouts, what?
Oh, well, hey there, my guy. Did you ask for that haircut, or does your barber just hate ya?
And it sort of turns, and when it turns, it stops swooping, and your radiant fire actually catches it on its wing. So go
nice.
ahead and roll your damage.
6 radiant.
6. So the creature lets out this guttural roar, and it almost sounds like stones falling in an avalanche underneath it as like an undertone as it screeches. And that is Anu.
All right, I'm gonna do bonus act. I'm gonna do aim again.
Okay.
Try it again, and I'm gonna try firebolt again.
Okay.
Why are you lagging? Why are you lagging?
It's probably trying to think if it wants you to succeed.
I mean, I got a 14 on the first roll, which plus 5 equals 19.
Hey, well then you hit it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that. All right, 2d10s. That's fine. That I'm just gonna.
That's good damage.
Okay. Hang on, where's my 10s at? That's a 12.
And because you aimed, you get sneak attack.
Oh, bet. Let me see my 10. I think this is a 10, isn't it? Let me see.
Because you can add sneak attack to cantrips.
Ooh, bet. Okay. So
that should be another...
that's
3d6?
3d6s.
Yeah.
Okay. I have 3d6s and I have 1 d10. So I gotta roll my d10 twice. What am I? Got my badness. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
You're good.
All right, so 6 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4.
6 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4?
Plus 4.
Oh, wow. So
Because my sneak attack is 3d6.
plus another 4. Wow! You almost one-shot this creature. Actually, because you did more than half its health. How do you do this?
This time, I'm gonna do a Kamehameha wave and just be like, all right, I'm just so irritated and just, I'm like, you're gonna hit this time.
And as this blue-purple fire streaks through the air like a pyrotechnic blast, it explodes on this creature in its back, and the creature crumbles and falls to the ground, turning into rubble as it rolls and tumbles, cracking apart. And it cannot get to the person in the window, so hey.
Bet.
So that will put us at the troll's turn. Okay. So that one. So, 3 of the trolls managed to escape. All of them that had people are escaped. One nat 1 and falls to the ground, injured from Wisp's cantrip earlier. Its wing doesn't seem to be working quite properly. It has a hole in it, and it sort of like tumbles and falls to the ground. And Masquerade, it is your turn.
Go curb stomp it.
Oh yeah, I guess it is on the ground. You know, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go punch things. I was planning on casting Magic Missile, but this is better.
Okay.
Oh. If I get into range, do I have advantage to hit?
Yes, because it's prone.
Sweet. Let's go. Oh, it's a good thing I have Oh no, I still don't hit. I have advantage and I still don't hit. I end up punching the sidewalk.
Oh, man.
My highest roll was a 13.
If only you had someone that could encourage you.
Encourage! I'm encouraging.
So that's just another roll?
It's adding her +3.
That's still only 16.
Oh, yep. And that was at advantage?
Yeah.
Ouch. Okay. All right. Well, it is still prone on the ground right now, and it is now engaged with you in melee. So
that is perfectly fine.
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Nim, you are up, madam.
I'm gonna run to the one that's on the ground next to Mass, and I'm going to continue with my dagger, knowing full well that there's not much I can do, but feeling very sassy since I've talked a lot of smack so far this fight. I must back it up with my actions, however sad they are. Gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
14 does not hit, I'm assuming.
You are trying to attack with your dagger in melee, right?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need to use your inspiration to get advantage. It's still prone.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you just had advantage, but you missed, I guess.
Okay.
So you try to drive your dagger, and this thing is like thrashing and flailing, and it's just hard to get a spot where you can properly jab it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got this like stony armor, and you do see now, because you and Masquerade are up close enough, both of you can see that these creatures have like these stone platelets that are armoring their bodies, almost like large scales, but they aren't actually like completely stone. There is flesh beneath, but the flesh that is beneath looks rotted, and you can sometimes see holes with bone beneath it.
Ew, that's gross. I don't like that. No, thank you.
So next we have Anu and Wisp. Who's going first?
I guess it's my turn to go first this time.
Go ahead. Before you do, though, I should have done this before. Steve and I would like to designate Anu as my dance partner for the remainder of this fight.
Okay. I was wondering why you hadn't done that, but I was like, okay, I'm sure that they have a plan for this.
The plan is called Forgetting the Things I Can Do.
Oh, that's fair. I do that plan all the time. I totally get that.
What are plans? Okay. All right. Well, I was gonna rush over and stomp on, like literally jump on this thing with my boots.
Okay. So you have advantage because it is prone, so you don't need to take aim.
All right, bet. All right. Are we working today? Oh, yeah. You're not loading. That's fine. I got a 20.
A 20? A natural 20?
A dirty 20.
Oh, okay. Okay, that still hits. So go ahead and roll that damage.
It's bludgeoning. What do I roll for that? It just says 3.
Usually it's 1 plus your strength modifier. I personally feel like that's kind of a dumb rule, so you can roll a d4 if you want.
Roll a d4? Okay.
I think unarmed strikes doing 1 damage is stupid on every level.
Alright, so 1d4. Get out of here. Alright, 1d4, which I know I have in here, because I got a All right, 1d4, which is this weird prism pyramid thing. And then I add my strength modifier, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 5 damage.
Hey, all right. That's still better. So it is now. You kind of find a place in where the armor separates, and you punch into that, and you get this almost like visceral squish as you go, and you hear and feel bones crunching a little bit beneath your fist.
I stomped on it. I'm not touching that thing with my hand.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You step on it, and you feel these bones crunching beneath your feet.
That's
And
so gross.
Wisp, your dance partner just made an attack.
She did. So, so there's the one that she's currently jumping on. Is there another one still around?
Nope, they all escaped.
Just that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as a reaction,
Okay.
meaning using the dance partner thing, I want to viciously mock it.
Okay. You can absolutely do that.
So I need a wisdom save from that thing.
Oh, they aren't very wise.
That's what I was hoping.
Roll your damage.
Oh, wait, are you even going to tell me what he got?
He got a 5 minus 2.
I was going to say, you have to let me gloat. You have to tell me what
So it was a
when
3. Okay, a 3.
Okay.
I know that doesn't hit your DC. That's not even close to your DC.
Nope. So that is going to be... Ooh! That's 8 psychic damage.
That
Ooh,
giggle.
not 119, just 19.
So, and I will be yelling at it, when was the last time you went to a dermatologist?
I love it.
And Anu, your dance partner just
What?
cast a spell.
No, that was my reaction off of her action.
Oh, right.
I
You still
haven't
have your
taken
action.
my actual action
Now you get your
for
action.
this round yet.
Oh my gosh.
This is insane. Please kill them all.
Yes, working on it. I'm going to... Let me check something here real quick. I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to go at it with the rapier.
No, rapier. Okay. Get that silver rapier damage.
All right, let's see. 18.
18 is what you need to hit. Meets beats.
Ha-ha! All right, so I need for damage on that. 1d8. So that's 9 piercing.
9. You are so close. You needed 2 health left.
And now SENITA can
Okay,
go with
Anu, what are you
the
doing?
reaction as my dance partner.
So I'm gonna stomp it out again.
Okay.
I still need to. Do I just do damage, or I still need to roll for
You
that?
still need to roll, but you have advantage.
Okay, right. Okay. But can you roll again? Because that was low. Thank you. Why are you lagging? It's just straight up disrespectful. Ah, damn it.
I'm sorry, the technology just hates all of us tonight, it seems.
Yeah, I got a 16. Damn it.
16. Nope, not quite what you need. It is their turn. It is going to try to thrash at all of you.
Wait. Does Nim still get, like, encouragement thing?
Oh, can I encourage?
Yes, you can, because you had your turn again.
Oh, okay.
So, actually,
I get that
yeah.
+3.
I get really confused when there's a dance partner situation
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, nope, you just react one time
Okay.
before your turn. So, actually, yes, you can make it hit. So, Nim, how do you encourage Anu?
I just look over at Anu and I say, "Make their mamas cry when they see what you've done."
Yeah! All right, Anu,
Alright.
you hit. Do your damage.
5 again.
All right, describe how you pommel this creature.
I'm gonna bend down, kind of show off my Glimmer's boots, jump up and fall like straight down, just bullet, just heels first into its head.
Okay, and when you do that, you feel this almost like crunch and crumble, and then you feel that the head starts coming apart in this dip that you've made in it, and it just, and the whole thing crumbles apart into stones.
It's so gross.
A lot of our combat has been gross.
It's so nasty.
And you guys are now in the middle of this village, and the elder approaches you. He's like, well, they got away with more of our people.
Oh, Masquerade, owl, follow. Weren't you gonna? Was that?
Yes,
that was
owl,
the thing.
follow.
Oh, right, you did send your
I
owl. I
agree.
remember that. So, what is your owl's name again, Masquerade? I can't
Stardust.
remember. Stardust. Okay, so Stardust has begun following the trolls. Actually, I need you to make a stealth roll for Stardust.
Okay. Owls are pretty stealthy, if I recall correctly. Let me pull up the stat block.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is going to be 18 total.
18. Well, these things are not super wise. They rolled a 19.
Oh!
They have -2.
Ooh!
So...
Do that.
So, Stardust, you guys watch as Stardust is flitting off, and one of them sort of turns as it's carrying this person in the distance, and Stardust sort of flits cleverly behind its line of vision.
What a roller coaster.
And it flits back, and you see Stardust, this gorgeous owl, just following. And the elder, he has tears streaming down his eyes at this point, this elven man, and he looks to all of you and he says, what do we do?
We follow. And we get them back.
Follow. Right. Of course. Are you going to follow them, or...
Yes.
I don't know if I can.
No,
You
you
don't
stay here.
have
You
to.
take care of your people.
All right.
They're injured. They're going to need you.
He pauses briefly. He looks. He seems to mostly engage with Anu, just by default. And then he looks at the rest of you and he says, I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect you to come back. I did expect her to come back, but the rest of you, it's just not my experience.
It's okay. We knew you didn't.
But thank you. Thank you. And he meets each of your eyes as he says this. I'll go tend to the people. Please bring our people home.
You're our best.
And he goes off into the house with the woman that had opened the window. And so are you guys following as best you can at a run? Or are you going to rely on Masquerade being able to scry where they go by waiting?
I think we should wait a little bit because we are beat up.
I don't know how much of a chance we're going to have to remedy that, though, because if we try and recover with even a short rest, who knows?
Yeah, we don't know what they're going to do to them.
We don't know how far they're going to get. We don't know what's going to happen. I think we need to try and power through. What are people's physical conditions are as far as hit points go?
I've got 14 hit points. As long as I don't get shot with a spell, I'm probably gonna be okay.
That's out of a max of what?
22. I'm not a stout fighter.
I
What's
am
everybody-
16 out of 24.
Anu?
Sorry, I drink a lot of soda. I'm 20 out of 39.
20 out of 39. Give me a second. Check something here. Steven, what? I have mana potions. I actually don't know how they work in 5e.
Okay, so the mana potions aren't normally a thing in 5e. This is something that's exclusive to my setting.
Okay.
Essentially, they work just like healing potions, but they restore your spell points. For those of you who don't know, use spell points instead of spell slots. So what you do is you drink one. These are minor mana potions, so they restore 2d4 plus 2. They work a lot like health potions.
2d4.
Just for mana.
Okay. So, I am okay. I'm gonna do 2 things then.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink one of my mana potions.
Okay.
So first of all, let me mark that down to 2.
Okay.
Do that. And what do I roll to figure that out again?
2d4s and add 2 to that.
Plus 2. Where's the other? So that's 9
9.
that I'm getting back.
All right. That's really good.
So what I want to do is I want to hit up everybody with. I'm just going to do it at level 1, but I want to hit up everybody with a healing word. Real quick.
All right. As you do that, you guys see Wisp takes this effervescent, glimmering, shifting blue liquid. It's kind of translucent. Looks almost like there's glitter inside, and they quaff the whole thing. And when they do, Wisp, you feel your entire chest tighten. You see these veins around their eyes that appear blue beneath the skin and are glowing and pulsing a little bit. You feel this massive headache, Wisp. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. This is the first mana potion you've consumed today, so the DC is only 10.
And I rolled a 7.
7. Okay.
I think I'm going to use that inspiration.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Okay. So,
then.
you guys see as Wisp, their eyes become enveloped with this blue light, and Wisp, you feel euphoria. You feel bliss. This is better than sex. This is the best feeling you've experienced. You suddenly see worlds around you flickering briefly. You see shifts in the astral dimensions themselves as you peer into the wild itself. And you see what the reflection of the wild is in this area, and it is so different. It's an open field full of flowers. You can smell them. The warm sun on your skin as opposed to the cold night air with the wet rain. It's so comforting. It's bliss. And in a second, it's gone. You have 1 level of addiction.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
Is there anywhere on here to record that, or should I just
no, that is something I am recording in my GM notes. I'm just letting you know.
Oh dear. Okay. 1 level of addiction.
Yep.
I am putting it in my own general notes as well.
So, just for reference, you begin to sort of, as you are getting ready to cast this spell, you want to hold your magic. It's just sort of a reflex. You feel like if you lose your magic, you're going to withdraw a little bit, but you can still cast. It's just there is that mental block now.
Okay, so sort of shake off a little bit, deep breath. Okay. Mask. Start with you. So healing word for mask is going to be 4.
We lost Z.
We did.
Sorry. I'm still here via voice chat.
Okay.
So that's 7 points of healing for mask.
Thank you. That is almost full.
Nim gets 4. And a new also gets 4.
All right. So, yeah, Wisp, you can make an Arcana check if you want to know if you've ever experienced anything like this or know anything about it.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. That's a nat 20.
Okay, you know exactly what this is. Mana potions are addicting to spellcasters. They're utter poison to those who can't cast spells. But to those who can, it is like a drug. And it gives you a very brief, extreme high. And then it takes it away, making you more reluctant to cast your magic. It can be undone with a lesser restoration spell.
Which I have.
Each lesser restoration can remove 1 level of addiction.
And if I don't do that, is it permanent or will
it is
wear off
permanent until you do that.
Okay. Duly noted.
Yep. And also you are aware that if you take any more mana potions today, the DC will just keep getting harder and harder for that Constitution saving throw. And when you fail it, you get another level. If you get 5 levels of addiction, you are incapacitated and begin making death saving throws.
Ooh, okay. Got it.
So, just be aware. And because of what they did to get their mana points back, anyone else trained in Arcana can make a roll to try to know the same sorts of things if they want.
I have Arcana. Yeah. Can we roll you? You gonna be nice to me? You show me? Oh, nice. 22.
Yeah, you know everything that I just told Wisp. You don't know what their specific experience was, but you do know that this is something that can happen to them. And that they seem to have had an experience beyond just taking a mana potion real quick and then moving on.
Wiz, you're alright?
I'm good. I'm fine. We got stuff to do. I'm fine.
Alright, see. Here's my plan. I'm gonna take my hat off and like start pulling like tied up scarves out of it, like a length of them.
Okay.
Yeah, like the colorful ones that clowns have.
Right.
And like with a jerk of one wrist, pull one of them free. I'm like, I can run faster than you guys. I'm gonna leave these, follow my trail. And then
okay.
Okay.
I have a
All
question. How fast could Steve take us with our cart? Would it be faster than us?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
That is an excellent question. Steve is actually a warhorse.
Ooh. War kitty.
Warhorse is one word in D&D Beyond. For anyone who wants to know, warhorse is one word. So Steve's speed is 60 feet base. So if you want to really run him, because they are still fairly close, you could, in theory, catch up to them.
Okay, but that wouldn't be if he was pulling a cart with everyone in it, right?
If he's pulling the cart with everyone in it, his running speed would be 60. Pulling the cart halves his speed.
Okay.
Okay, so who is hitting these things the most reliably is the question.
Probably Wisp.
But
yeah,
Anu can hide.
Yeah.
Wisp and Anu were kind of equal as far as damage goes.
So it's
Because when
definitely
Anu
going to be one of
hits,
you two.
She
Yeah.
hits like a truck.
Well, what I've realized is that my vicious mockery will hit them the most reliably, so I probably have the best shot at hitting them at any given attempt, but it's not a heavy hitter.
Well, what I'm thinking is our plan, like our objective, isn't to kill the trolls, it's to rescue the townsfolk. And that might be best served by somebody quiet that can like sneak in and get them out.
So you want to wait till they land and then go in?
That's probably the only chance we're gonna have to get them. Can anybody here fly? Like,
No.
Can you?
Wait,
not
yes,
so much.
No. Hide that.
So I guess our best bet is to try and keep as close a pace with them as we can, so that they have as little time to do whatever they're going to do once they get to their destination and then deal with them there. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so are we summoning Steve for the cart?
I think we should.
Okay.
I mean, well, let me ask. Do we want to take the cart to Steve, everyone, or do we want Steve to drive us?
Yes.
The Steve Uber. Okay.
Like, that is still faster than any of us can go on the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm like wrapping up my scarves and tucking them back into my hat.
It was a really good thought, though.
Yeah, I like it.
And in
Say that.
theory,
You'll get
can't
the
you
chance
go
to do
faster?
something like that. I guarantee it's too cool to not do.
Oh no, you haven't reached that speed for monks yet.
What?
You didn't reach the monk speed boost yet, did you?
Oh, no, my movement speed is 40, but I'm not as fast as the horse and the cart.
Ah.
Ooh, you got 4 steps faster than I am.
All right. So I reach into the pocket of my apron and I start jingling the bells.
Okay. And when Nim jingles these bells, they echo.
gosh.
And the bells echoing rings on the wind as a wind starts whipping up. And you see in this swirl of snowy flurries, the bells themselves sort of fly out of Nim's hand. And this horse begins growing so that then it's got the bells around his neck. And he's just sitting there already attached to the cart and ready to go.
Oh, dear old friend, and I reach into my apron and I give him a carrot real quick, a little carrot snack.
And these prehensile lips that he has kind of like wrap around your whole hand and take it.
It's a good boy.
He seems very grateful. He kind of like... And
All right, everybody, all aboard.
everybody's loading
All
on
right.
the cart.
Hopping on.
Okay. So,
Do we, out of curiosity, are we going to come up with a story reason why Hake is not
oh yes, Hake is
Tagging
supposed to
along?
be here. We're gonna say that Hake is gonna stay back with the villagers.
cool?
Just as important as going to fight the trolls.
Yes. Yes.
No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just making sure we're not
Yeah.
literally forgetting that he exists.
Well, I did for a minute.
Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, the narc is gonna stay with the elder.
Had a narc.
And so, with that, you guys head out. Masquerade, could you please make for me a roll for Stardust?
Yes.
Another stealth roll.
Absolutely. Click. That one's only 11.
11. Okay.
Oh dear.
Well, they got a 6 on the die.
Ooh.
So,
That's a.
are you
that's
going to be
cool.
scrying through his eyes at any point?
Oh, yeah, if we're on the cart, then I don't need to see where I'm going.
Okay. So, you close your eyes briefly and you feel this ethereal tether that binds the two of you together through your magic and the wild itself. And as your heartbeats sync up, you open your eyes and you see out of the owl's eyes. Everything is so much more vivid and clear. You can see so much further. You can see mice on the ground scurrying through the field. And you see that they're flying towards this mountain. It's actually the same mountainside that you guys just came from, but it's a different side of the mountain. They swoop into this cavern high up on a ledge. So it's not readily apparent from the ground. And in fact, if you were on the ground, you probably wouldn't be able to know it's there. As you swoop into the dark, you can still see, but less well because there's not even moonlight to help you. And then all of a sudden, there is light up ahead. Fire. Yellow fire. And you start to see this yellow fire is burning on torches that are ensconced in the cave wall. You see these lines and veins of yellow mana that's been corrupted that is just embedded in the rock. And as you're swooping, ducking under stalactites and soaring over stalagmites, you swoosh around corners, follow the pathways that they swoop very briskly, like they're very familiar with this. You start hearing sounds, cries, screams. And that's when you see this pit. The whole thing just opens up into this pit, lit with torches all around. There's this massive yellow stone embedded in the rock face, just jutting up at the bottom of the pit in the center. And there are gargoyles, zombies, trolls, and more just wandering around. You see people are being like held down by entire hordes as these yellow spikes of mana are being driven into different points on their bodies. You see other gruesome horrors, sometimes involving cannibalism or other just atrocities going on, being forced on these people by these monsters. And you see their bodies twisting and warping as some of them are being force-fed this blood from them. And their bodies are warping into what look like dire versions of the monsters that are running this show. The zombies now have spikes jutting out of their backs, their musculature broader and stronger. You see these ogres now have horns going all down their backs. You see these, there's not even a couple dwarves in here that start to explode with their innards convulsing and warping into plant life as they wrap around the stones that naturally come out of their bodies. It's a gruesome sight, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at DC 15 to not vomit.
Alright, so like, Mask was describing that up until the point that it started getting to be body horror, at which point I think they had to stop. What was the DC?
15.
Yeah, no, I didn't make it. Like, about the time that the words stop coming out, there's chunks. There are chunks blown.
I presume you move your mask up enough to...
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just see Masquerade pull up their mask enough to over the side of the cart.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Do you still have some of those scarves, sweetheart? They might just, to clean it up a little bit. Oh dear.
Like, pull the one that I untied out from under the brim of the hat. Good call.
Are you going to stay in sync with your owl?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I have to. I feel like somebody needs to witness this, even if there's nothing we can do for them right now, which is ridiculous, and I know that, but I would feel bad if I didn't.
Okay. You see the trolls continue to swoop and glide past this horrific arena into a small corridor, and you see that there are actually bars that have been made into like these cell doors from that are embedded into these cavern walls, that you have these people that are caged in, and the trolls start throwing the people inside from the top, so that there's like this little opening, and the opening is just open, but they couldn't climb up.
How far do they fall?
About 20 feet.
Oh my
and
god.
You see bones breaking, and you see these people immediately injured, and the prisoners that seem to not be too weak are tending to them. And you see prisoners of mostly human ethnicity at this point. And as you continue watching, these trolls then fly back into another corridor, and as you follow, you see forges with magma that is dripping in this pool, and it's so hot that the air is rippling with heat. And it seems that the Umber Horde have somehow figured out how to use this heat to form a forge that they are now making weapons out of this yellow crystal. You see crude swords, crude axes, crude bows with arrows.
We absolutely cannot let this go on. Like, with what they can do with that, with how they're mutating people with it, imagine getting hit by one of those.
I'm not disagreeing, but just based off the description that Stardust saw that you are giving us,
Yeah.
my major concern is numbers.
Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to stop them right now
They
this second.
have
We're going to
them.
have to make a second trip. With reinforcements. Lots
From
of reinforcements. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way? Now we're at the narrow cave where we saw the cages. Is there like a back way out as well?
In fact, as you continue following Stardust's path, following these trolls masquerade, you see the trolls come out a top section that actually is not super far from the entrance. And you realize you're going to have to choose if you want to try to sneak through the busy arena portion where the horrors are being performed after navigating a labyrinth, or do you want to go straight in through the forge? It seems that these creatures have a method that they're going in one way and out one way because there's a cycle, and there are more trolls coming in from other locations beyond just this one, carrying people.
I mean, it seems to make the most sense to go in the way that they're going in.
Okay.
How many people are in the cages?
There are easily 50 people currently still in the cages, but not all of them are necessarily alive.
Oh.
Okay,
Bummer.
because I've been looking through my spells on what I can do since I am a sneaky sneak. I have disguise, so I can just shape change. I'm trying to think of what best to shape change in get out, and take people.
Let me ask you this, Steven.
Yes.
Would changelings be able to shift into what appears to be like a little rocky gargoyle situation? Or would that be like, I mean, just because I don't know. I mean, I don't know the science of changeling shifting and, materials that they can change into.
I think the answer to that is probably no.
Okay.
Because the thing is, these creatures are corrupted versions of other races.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a troll is a corrupted gargoyle. You could turn into the gargoyle that troll came from, but you couldn't necessarily turn into a troll.
Also, we don't know that they identify each other by sight.
Oh, yeah.
But Stardust flies off, and you see the trolls start flying further out. Looks like they're swooping around to go back toward Dorienne. You know that these statues that have been apparently coming alive keep coming back and appearing in the daytime. So chances are they're going back to their perches to hunt again tomorrow. The question is, do you want Stardust to follow them all the way to Dorienne, or do you want to hold off and come back?
No, I need Stardust to follow them to where they're roosting when they sleep so that we can go and take care of them while they're not a danger to us.
Okay. All right. So Stardust is going to continue. That's going to take the rest of your trip then.
Mm-hmm.
But you will be able to find the locations that the gargoyles go to in Dorienne so that you will be able to find them.
If we could take these things out, at the very least, we could for the time being, cut these things off from taking anybody else.
And that gives us more time to figure out how to deal with this.
Okay.
I feel like it's like we're performing surgery and like the patient is hemorrhaging from like 5 different places and we're trying to prioritize what to fix first. I hate this. I love this. I hate this.
It's like that, but the patient is also trying to stab you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they miss and stab themselves. And
So I guess we're finding out where these things roost, and then I guess we decide if we go troll hunting right away or if we get some sleep.
It's up to you guys. You have to make a decision.
Do we want to try and take? How many are left in this cluster? Was it 4?
There was 4 that came back, yes, but they have gone back into Dorienne at this point and scattered. They're actually at different locations, so you're going to have to go to 4 separate locations.
Okay, so do we want as a group to try and go to each of these locations, or do we want to like split up 2 and 2 and try and deal with it faster?
I noticed that both of those options involve splitting the party. I can't disagree that that's a good idea in this case, but I'm just real tense about it.
I mean, Stephen, how far apart are these things from each other? And if we tried to go collectively as a group to take out each one of them together, how much of the day do we lose in travel time?
So each one is about 2 miles off from the other.
Okay. I'm gonna vote for 2 and 2 because at least then nobody's alone and everybody has backup.
Okay.
And we'll just come back for the prisoners later?
Yeah. So how do we want to pair off?
Well, you and I both have healing capabilities, so we should not be on the same team.
Yes, that's a good point.
Okay.
And I have a good cloak, so if somebody might get cold, I might let you wear it. So,
It's a fantastic cloak.
boots with the fur, y'all. Looking real good.
I'm gonna roll really quick for my own purposes.
Okay. Is it a happenstance roll? I love that mechanic that you gave me.
Well, I'm trying to, like, roll to see if I can keep my composure and not let on information, so I'm rolling deception.
Okay.
I rolled a 5, so, like, it's very obvious that Mask would prefer to go with Nim. And they're trying not to let that show to everybody else and failing miserably with a mask on and everything.
It's fine. I will go with Wisp. I was planning on doing that.
Anu and I have kind of been doubling up a bit lately. I think we'll just keep that streak going.
You do make an excellent team.
Very good at dancing.
Darn right.
All right. So you guys separate into 2 groups once you get to Dorienne?
Yeah.
Or are you going to go back into the caverns?
No, we're not dealing with the caverns right now.
Okay. All right. So, you make your ways back to Dorienne, and it is now about 3 o'clock in the morning. You see that the city gates seem to have actually been damaged somehow in something, and you can just go through. There are guards here, but they don't seem to care when you come through. They look beaten, they look worn out. And as you come into the city, you see that there are fires burning in the alleyways with people standing around them. Some homes are collapsed or crumbled. Apparently, there was more destruction that swept through this city somehow. And as you come upon a familiar street, Steve's hooves clopping gently on the cobblestone road, you see the pumpkin carriage is still intact. And there is a light still flickering on in the lower level.
There's a light. Sorry.
So you guys can choose to split up here, or you can choose to go into the pumpkin carriage first, or whatever you feel like doing.
The hell was the pumpkin carriage?
That is the inn where you left Angelique and the Queen and Giselle and everyone else.
I'm gonna go in and check on Giselle real quick.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna say, if we think these things are going to, did Stardust confirm that these things did actually like take position and like set up to roost?
Yes.
Okay.
They
If these
turned
things are
into stone
resting-
pretty quickly, actually.
If these things are resting right now, this might be a good time for us to take at minimum a short rest, and deal with them in daylight. I'm still going to recommend splitting up because I don't know how these things are connected. I don't know if attacking one will warn the others. I think we still need to hit them as hard and as fast as we can. But I think this is our chance to recover.
I agree. It would probably be foolish not to take it. I hate the idea of leaving those people longer, but there's honestly nothing that we can do on our own, so...
So the question is, do we take a short rest or a long rest?
What
It
kind of
should
day
be a
is
short
it?
rest because they're sleeping, and if we sleep, then they'll be awake by the time that we get done.
All right. Yeah. He said it was 3 a.m.
Oh, that's right.
So, actually, you would know that these things don't seem to be active during the day. So, whatever they've done, it seems they're probably going to have been done with it. Because,
So,
Masquerade,
'cause-
you did watch as they turned into stone fully as they roosted.
A long rest will take us to 11 a.m., which will still give us the remaining daylight hours.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know
No,
it's...
I understand, and I understand that, like, my urges are not practical ones. You're being pragmatic, you're doing what is ultimately the right thing, it's just hard.
I tap Mask on the shoulder. I bet, now you have some time to chat with Angelique, though.
That's true, I definitely want to check in on her. And, like, the guilt is there, but, like, as far as priorities go, she is definitely the top one as far as Mask is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Steven, before I forget, if we're doing long rest, I'm going to cast a lesser restoration on myself first to get rid of my point of addiction,
Okay.
and doing that before I rest.
What does that look like for you?
That is going to look like... So most of my magic has obviously been very rainbow inspired. This is actually going to be more of a general white glow with just a tiny bit of like rainbow coloring at the edges of the glow, but it's mostly more of a pure white.
Okay. So, you guys would see that Wisp actually cast this on themselves, and then you feel almost like this burden has lifted. You don't feel like you need to clutch your magic so tightly. And it's like a relief off your shoulders. Also, just so you know, because you rolled a nat 20 earlier, you know that if you incur these levels of addiction for multiple days in a row, they tend to become more permanent and require even more powerful magic to remove.
Understood.
So, but that being said, you're taking a long rest, which will reset everything. So, as you guys walk through these double doors, it's actually like saloon doors, a little bit, that just have a latch in the middle. So you kind of turn it and then pull it open. You walk through, because Dorienne is up in the north, which is the more tropical region. It's pretty much always warm here. It's sort of like Texas in that way. And you walk through and you see Jacquard, the portly fellow that runs the place, just cleaning some mugs. And he looks up and there's like, his eyes get really, really wide as he looks at all of you. And there's a hunched figure in a night robe, just sort of like nursing a cup of something hot, smelling kind of boozy, probably like a hot toddy or something. And he sort of, gestures to that person toward the door and nudges them a little bit. And you see Angelique has these dark circles under her eyes, and she turns And when she sees Masquerade, she just like almost falls off of the chair before sprinting across the room and wrapping her arms tightly around your neck. And she just whispers, I missed you. I missed you so much. I was worried about you.
You were worried about me. And I'm gonna hug her back, like just very tightly, like hand behind the head, like very much like greeting your favorite sibling after a long absence. Like, are you okay? Like holds that arm's length, like checks her over to make sure she's not hurt.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. And you see she looks beaten up. She still has a little bruising on her leg. She looks rough, but could be much worse off, especially given the account you were given about what happened.
I cock my head. You have grown very tough, little one.
I have. Thanks to you. I don't know what to say. I'm so happy that you're alive.
You don't have to say anything. We can sit down. We'll catch up over the course of time. Just for right now, sit with me a moment.
I would love to sit with you for a moment. And she sort of looks over to Jacquard, and he's already got a second one of those cups ready. And he hands it over to her, and she just puts it in your hands. Let's go have a talk.
Yes.
And
I would like that.
So you go off to a booth. You said Nim wanted to check on Giselle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jacquard will hand you the key to her room, and as you climb the stairs, you see she's still in the same room that you guys were in originally. And you open the door, and there is this moonlight trickling in from the balcony with the double-doored windows. And you see Giselle sort of curled up on the bed, embraced by Her Majesty. And they're just kind of both sleeping there. And this is probably the first and only time you have ever or will ever see her without her makeup on. And it literally just looks like a mother embracing her daughter.
I just peek in, I look at them, and I don't want to wake them up, so I close the door behind me, make sure it's locked so they can keep sleeping. And I go back downstairs.
All right. What is Anu doing?
Anu is going straight up to
A chandelier. No.
gonna go relax in a dark, secluded corner
Okay.
to trance my resting trance.
Okay. As you go to this dark, secluded corner, you do see there is the form of a woman sort of slumped over, a half-empty bottle in her hand, and a lute on her lap.
Oh, hey, I know this person.
Huh. She's just snoring away, and she has loud snoring. But not so loud you can't trance.
I'm a roller over before.
Okay, you
I
just
heard
kind of
that
roll her
helps.
over. What about Wisp?
Wisp is going to stop for a very quick drink at the bar.
Okay.
They do not have a lot of talkativeness in them, but it's just sort of taking a moment of solidarity with the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Not a talkative one, but just a little bit of yeah. It's been a thing.
Give me that
I
shot.
see.
Yeah.
And I hope that this place can remain the beacon that it has been lately.
Thank you. I confess, I don't know what all you lot are involved with, but I just have a feeling. And, you know, barkeepers, we tend to get feelings about people pretty easily. I sense that you are good people.
They're good people. I'm trying. And I'm actually not going to give him a chance to respond to that. I'm going to leave on that note.
All right, he starts to say something, you just kind of like walk away.
Yeah.
So, Masquerade, you and Angelique are sitting in this booth, and she sips this hot beverage, this hot boozy beverage, and she looks at you, and she says, you know, I've been keeping a knife on my thigh lately.
So I've heard.
Just like one of your many lessons of good things to do.
It is, and I heard that you've got a pretty good idea how to use it now.
I do, in fact. They told me you were selflessly helping to make sure that the rest of them could escape, and I would expect no less.
I will tell you all about that before I leave, because these are things that you will need to know, because these are your people and you need to know what they are going through. But right now that isn't important.
No, but what is important is that you are here now, and we can finally just breathe.
Yes, for a moment.
It sounds so strange, but is it sad that I'm glad that the palace is gone? Everyone watches you. Everyone treats you like a wind-up doll, like some sort of painting on display. You must watch how you breathe. You must watch where you look. You must watch where you do not look. You must watch your back. You must watch too many things and nothing all at once.
Put a hand on her arm. That is what it means to be the heir to the throne. That is what it means to be a leader. And you won't have to do that alone forever. I'll be back to protect you eventually once we've got all of this sorted out. I'm in your corner, and I will always, always come back for you.
And I will always wait for you.
Right now you've got a reprieve, and you should cherish that. But we are going to have to fix this eventually.
I know. It's just... all of it seems almost like a dream. From the moment we set foot in that carriage to leave for the party, until now, it's been a dream, a whirlwind of a dream. And, I met a boy.
Go on.
But he's not nobility, he's not anything that would give political gain, and so Her Majesty thinks that I should at least think carefully about how to proceed. He works in the kitchen.
Now see, Her Majesty thinks that you should think carefully about how to proceed, but my 2 cents are thusly. If you spin this right, it can look very good among the common folk. You can get their support that way.
You're right. To be perfectly honest, I don't much care how it looks. He's kind to me and to others, even when he doesn't think I'm looking, doesn't think I notice. Little kindnesses, here and there. And if he feels that he should not be doing it, he doesn't care either, and he does it anyway because it's what's right. And that's what I like about him.
Good. Then that's what's important, as long as you're happy.
Yes, you know, I do think that a month ago, I might not have had the courage to pursue anything with him. But you have been such a shining example to me through all of this. You have shown me where to look for the good people. And I really appreciate you for that. I know that technically we are not blood. But you are my closest friend and dearest sibling.
And you know I feel the exact same way about you, Angelique.
I know. I just hope that you can learn to not take all of the burdens on yourself, because I see it. I see how you take care of everyone. But they can take care of you too if you let them.
You know, I think some of them are trying.
I think so too. Give them a chance.
When did you get so wise, little sister?
Probably sometime around when the palace exploded.
You know, I think that's fair. Big events, big leaps.
But I think that you should trust the people you're with. They seem good.
You know, I do.
Even the ones who don't want you to think they are good. Even
Which
if
ones
they
don't want me to think they're good?
Maybe the one who destroys chandeliers, or the one who likes to play everything off as a game of theater.
They just have different definitions of what good means.
That's fair.
I think you'll find most people think they're doing good. Just, that means different things for different folks.
True. I really, really hope that this isn't the last moment like this. But after everything that's happened, I have to treat it as if it is.
That's what we're fighting for. To make sure that it's not the last moment. Every single time we just get to sit down and talk like this, it's worth the rest of the struggle.
Fair. I agree. So
Just keep breathing. Be here when I get back.
as long as you promise to come back.
Always.
All right. And she sort of like holds out her hand for a pinky promise.
I lock it.
Put it in your pocket.
Oh my god. Steven, okay, I hate this because it's like having a scene like that almost guarantees one of us is gonna die.
Oh, you never know. I love my surprises too.
Just 3 weeks away from retirement.
Our party's only murder hobo is the DM.
That's fair. So Anu, what are you trying to get out of a trance?
Hell if I know. I'm just gonna go into a random grab bag and see if my subconscious knows where it wants to go.
Okay. So you find yourself, as you trance, you feel your spirit phasing into the wild, and as you do, your body changes. You are a stronger woman, a warrior, young, with an enormous two-handed axe, currently at your left, and to your right, sitting in the same grassy field on a hill that you're sitting on, is an elven man. He has this pale green skin with like orange curly hair cut very short. Little bit of a goatee going on with these shining yellow eyes.
Oh, I'd love to be a ginger.
And he looks over at you and he's like, "So are you ready for tomorrow?"
What's tomorrow?
Of course. It's our first day out in the field with the militia. I don't know. This whole war with the humans, it seems so weird. Why do they hate us so much?
Because we're stunningly attractive.
Some of us are. And he sort of gives you a wink. You know, we both may not make it out after this. I know that you and Eliath have had your differences, and I know that all of it's complicated. But I want you to know I'll fight by your side always.
I appreciate it.
I don't know. Are you afraid to die?
No.
You know,
If it's my time, it's my time, and I could just hope that I come back stronger and wiser than before.
for every life that I've lived and seen in the past, it feels like the one I'm in just is the most important, the most precious. I don't know. I don't fear the cycle, but I fear what I'll lose, because we only keep pieces. And he sort of like just leans away a little bit as he reorients himself to face you a little more cross-legged on the grass, and he says, I don't want to forget you. I don't want to forget this moment. Promise me you'll remember to.
I promise.
And no matter what happens, whether we lose this war or win it or something else, just be careful. And I don't know. Keep your wits about you. Because, I mean, I've made no secret I don't like Eliath, but there's something wrong with him, something off. Something's going on. I don't want you to get hurt, that's all.
I'll keep that in mind.
At any rate, tell me about who made this axe. And just as you start, whoom, you're out of your trance.
Oh, yay.
Nim, after checking in on Giselle and the Queen, what are you doing?
Well, I came back downstairs just to see what everybody else was doing, but now I'm very suggestively stretching and yawning and saying, oh, well, it's probably time for a snooze. Doing one of those, trying to suggestively see if we can get a room or something.
Oh, okay. And Jakar just sort of slides a key across the countertop as Wisp walks away. It seems that they just had a conversation of some sort, and it's now finished. At least on Wisp's terms.
I take the key. Thank you kindly, good sir.
Thank
Go
you.
upstairs to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
And he sort of calls after Wisp. There is another room if you want one.
I'll turn back on my hoof.
He just slides a key across the countertop without a word and then turns with his back to you as he continues wiping this glass that's pretty much already clean.
I'm going to take the key and I'm going to say, I know you mean well and you probably had nice things that you were about to say to me. There was a time when I would have reveled in praise or reassurance and somebody letting me know that they thought I did good. I feel like I'm losing myself to everything going on, and I don't know if I want to be praised as what I am right now.
He sort of turns and, like, raises an eyebrow, looking for your consent to engage in conversation.
I'll get a little nod.
You know, I find that oftentimes those who aspire most to greatness fall short. And those who never wanted it in the first place are the ones who have it thrust upon them. I don't know what you are going through, and I don't know what you will go through, but I can tell you that from my perspective, you seem like a good person with a good soul who's perhaps been hurt a lot. And I just want you to know it's okay to let those around you who care about you take some of that burden away. But you have to tell them about it.
I don't know what I am without the burden.
Maybe you need to find that out.
Maybe one day.
Yes. For tonight, rest. I will make those pastries you love so well in the morning.
Thank you. And I'll head upstairs.
And he sort of smiles and nods at you. And then puts the glass aside and starts another one. And you guys all eventually take your long rest so you can click that button or otherwise refresh your stuff. And you wake up in the morning, and it is a foggy morning. The snow flurries are sort of riding loosely on the wind over the fog. And you see that the streets are still covered in snow. You hear the clopping of horse hooves and the rattling of carriage wheels along the roads as people go about their daily business as best as they know how. Occasionally, a guard will shout a direction to people. And you eventually convene for breakfast with these delicious chocolatey pastries greeting you with their flaky goodness, still warm out of the oven. There is hot coffee in what would be functionally a French press. It's a Varisian press. And you have, there is eggs, there is bacon, and it's all laid out in a buffet style on this table off to the side with these, like, tins that just sort of open up and you can take what you want.
I'm beelining for those pastries.
All right.
Same.
There is a pile. There is a pile of pastries.
I'm grabbing 2.
All right.
I'm starting with the coffee, so I'm pouring myself a cup first and then going to the pastries.
Okay.
Like actual breakfast food. Like no pastries for Mask. We're doing like the heavy stuff, the bacon and the sausage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the biscuits.
Eventually, Giselle barrels her way down the stairs, and she lets out this giggling squeal as she leaps toward Nim. And you see that her hands go behind her as she kind of rockets herself forward just a little bit. So she goes about 10 feet, and you see the innkeeper, Jacquard, he shouts and raises a hand. He's like, "What did we say about fire in the common room?" And then she, like, lands in your arms, Nim, if you'll catch her. And she giggles and says, "But it's Miss Nim! She's back!"
It's so good to see you, Giselle. But we do have to follow the rules. I know you're excited.
But I thought we break the rules. Rule breaking is fun, right, Anu?
And I just, like, give Anu a look like...
It's all about timing, kiddo. If you break the rules all the time, then people know what to expect from you.
Right, and then nobody cares!
This is a discussion that probably deserves nuance that I don't know if you are ready to comprehend yet, but it's good to see you anyway. We'll talk more about following the rules, but how have you been?
I've been so good. Her Majesty has been so nice and so kind, and she's been showing me how to walk properly. Watch this. And she jumps down and starts doing this little sachet thing that's clearly very exaggerated.
Well, that's fantastic. You'll be ready for court in no time.
Oh yes. And the court has a big fireplace. Fire!
Oh dear. Yes. Well, it's good to see that you're doing well. I'm so glad that you're here and you're having a good time and you're getting to know the queen and learning so many things. This is good. It's so good to see you.
And you do see the queen actually is ushering several children down the stairs. These children being the ones who don't have much of a semblance of self at present. And they file along and just very obediently, each take the same food in the same order and put it the same way on their plates. And then they walk over to a table and they just sit very orderly and quietly and eat their food.
How many kids are there?
There are now 7.
That's perfect. Okay. So, Mask, after watching this for a little while, is gonna get the scarves out again. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And give them each a color.
Okay.
Just tie it around the wrist.
Okay. The kids all do look quite different.
Yeah, no, I know. This isn't to tell them apart. It's
Okay.
to give them something to tell themselves apart with, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay, yeah. And you see this one little elven boy with this really dusky skin just kind of looks up at you, and his face is totally blank. And he's like, "What's this for?"
This is for you. This is to give you something to hold on to, just, to think about. I know things are a little bit rough right now. Things are a little bit blank right now. But find yourself something to cling on to and find yourself something to build on, all right?
Okay. I don't understand what you mean. I can build things if you need me to build things.
No, that's all right.
I
gonna,
can hold this, and he holds up his fork. Like
Oh,
this.
you should eat with that.
Do you need something from me?
No,
I'm happy to help.
I know. I'm just gonna, ruffle his hair and go back to my seat.
Okay. And you see the other children sort of examine the colorful scarves with interest, but disillusioned interest.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really sure what to do, and they all just start making a point to hold them because you said to hold them, and so they're holding them with whatever they're holding.
Oh, I tied them around wrists.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they just kind of eat, and they do the same thing almost in sync.
Yeah. I didn't figure that was gonna really help at all, at least not immediately, but Mask had to try.
Mm-hmm.
Had to compulsively.
Right, and you feel a tug, and your bells sort of jingle on your hat.
Mm-hmm.
As below you, Giselle's right there, and she kind of beckons for you to come down.
And
to
I
her
do.
level. And she whispers, and she's like, "They don't think a lot on their own.
I know.
They're hurt.
They are.
But the queen said that you guys are trying to make them better."
We'll certainly do everything we can.
I really want you to help them.
We'll do our best. I can't make any promises, but we'll try. And that's sometimes the only thing you can do.
Yeah. The bad people hurt them. And she just kind of like gives you a hug around your neck.
I like pick her up and hug her back. But for the time being, there is pastries, which is almost cake.
It is! And they're chocolate!
They are chocolate.
And then she jumps down and just like with this loud whee, she runs and grabs like 12 pastries. And then like bustles over to a table with this armload. And yeah, you guys are free to go about your day however you want.
So I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. I'm going to go to the bar and just sort of motion like...
And Jacquard sort of comes over and looks both ways, because there are other patrons here right now. But they all seem to be sort of like cool with the majory and whatnot. Like they're all like, they know how this goes. And he just sort of like produces from this sleeve a little flask and he just pours some into your coffee.
So I'm just going to mouth to him, thank you. And I know the queen came down with the children. Is she grouped with them or is she separate from them? Where is she at?
So she ushered them all to a table and made sure they had food. And then she sat over with Angelique to have their breakfast.
Right. I'm going to approach them and ask, may I sit down for just a few minutes?
But of course.
I'm going to sit down and I'm going to say, I don't think we have time to get into why right now, but what are the capabilities of pulling together troops or guards or any kind of force of numbers, and how quickly could it be done?
Unfortunately, with the palace being destroyed, the different temples of the Oxyon have taken rulership. I am the head seat on the council, to be sure, but until the palace is restored, which will likely take several months, I am but one voice on a council of 8 others.
Well, you have a voice the rest of us don't. And it's a voice that we're probably going to ask you to use soon, because we have a lot to do and it may be more than we can handle on our own.
What is happening in my kingdom?
I don't know. Not really. But it's happening on a large scale. And I don't know how disparate these events are or how connected they are. But the castle and the scale and the scope of that is not as big as this gets.
I see. Well, do please fill me in. What have you found? And you can just say what you say to her, basically, because she'll accept whatever you say at this point.
I'm going to... At this point, I'm going to say we have come across a very significant threat on the outskirts in the farmlands. We don't know what it's doing. We don't know why it's doing it, but it is substantial.
I see. What sort of threat, if I may ask?
How much has your majesties been briefed on the Umber Horde?
Our problem in Elvidia, in the south, they've never troubled the way for any length of time outside of a few incursions here and there. Nothing major. Very small individual bands, usually on the roads. But why you seem heavier? Why do you bring them up now?
Because they are amassing at your border. I don't know.
How? The Umber Horde has never reached this far north. Not since ancient days.
All I know is that they're here and they're not dormant. They're not idle. They're doing something. And we have things to deal with today that will hopefully slow down what it is they're trying to do, but we still don't even really know what that is. We know the actions that are being taken. We don't know why. We don't know what they're in aid of. We don't know what is driving this. When you ask me why or how, you might as well ask me why an earthquake happened. I don't know.
With this new information, if the Umber Horde is truly the problem here, we will need to reach out to the Order of the Jade Lotus.
Remind me, Stephen, do I know who that is? I forget the names of some of these groups.
They are the group that specifically contests the Order of the Ghost Feather. They were said to. They're mostly a disgraced order, like a knightly order. Think vaguely like the Witchers, the Grey Wardens, things like that. They are hunters of the Umber spawn. They wield the green flame, and they also are said to several years ago have killed the last phoenix, and it never came back.
Fuck.
But you know that their green fire magic can actually destroy the Umber Horde. Just like your chromatic fire can.
If that is a resource that you can reach out to, I think we're going to need all the help we can get.
Here is the thing. I think you may have to be the ones to reach out to them. My hands are politically tied at the moment. And it would likely take you the better part of a year to get that far south to their keep. But I may have to ask you to leave our country and travel a great distance to find them.
Well, that is something that we'll have to figure out. We know what we're doing today.
All right.
We have something for today. We can figure out tomorrow.
Yes. Well, think on my request, because that is what it is. I owe all of you my life. I would never order any of you. You have saved me, and I owe you a debt I can never repay. But I would beg you to think about this request. Because if they cannot help us, your fire, whatever it is that I've seen you wield against these creatures, may be our only hope outside of that. And if you say we need numbers, they have an entire knighthood, if not scattered.
I'll take your requests, your counsel, and we'll figure out where to go from here.
Thank you. Thank you. And at this point, you guys are splitting off into 2 groups, right? To destroy these trolls?
Yeah!
Sure are.
Okay. So, I am not even going to make you roll because they are stuck as statues during the daylight hours.
Push them off the roof.
I just need athletics rolls.
Okay.
Athletics.
But before we leave, I want to whisper to Giselle, like the best way to break the rules is to not get caught.
Oh, how do you not get caught? She says very loudly.
And I just look. What? Come on.
I think, let me see. I take a hooded cloak off of whoever has a hooded cloak in the thing, and I pull it over her head.
Okay, you grab one from a coat rack.
Yeah. I think you gotta be sneaky and quiet.
I'm good at being quiet!
No, you're not.
I think.
But it's okay. It took me years of practice. Lives practice.
Lives? How does that work?
What? I don't know.
And Giselle just kind of like, starts sneaking around with this hood on, just doing the whole like tiptoe thing, very like Looney Tunes-y, just tiptoeing from one place to another. Occasionally she does like a very slow somersault.
See? Already getting better at it.
And then she's like, and then when I get caught, distraction with fire! And she starts to raise her hand with these flaming palms.
Not in the common room, Giselle. You were told already, remember?
And then like it immediately snuffs and she closes her hands and she like looks around and she pulls the hood up just a little more and sneaks back over to Anu. And then points at Anu.
Oh dear. Well, man.
All right, so let's go troll hunting.
All right, athletics checks.
Athletics.
We're all so good at athletics in this party.
Nat 20.
Okay. Just describe how you decimate this first troll that is located on a perch just over the scriptorium on the gate.
Anyone below in the immediate area, or is it clear?
There's a couple of paladins that are standing guard.
So I am going to you know what? Can I do a performance roll to like try and make my voice sound a bit different?
Sure.
All right, so that's a 26.
Oh yeah. Just describe how your voice sounds.
So it's going to be an oddly deep or reverberating voice. It's just going to be heads up, and I'm actually going to like I'm going to sit on the ground on the roof right behind it, both hooves up, and just shove. Give a hard kick with both and topple this sucker down to the ground.
And you topple it. And I want you to give me an Arcana check or a History check.
That is 21.
21. So you know that while you guys can crumble these things and technically prevent them from acting for the time being, unless they are burned with the Phoenix's fire, they can technically be salvaged by the Umber Horde and remade.
Understood. So for right now, I'm just waiting for it to hit the ground.
Okay, it hits the ground and shatters.
All right. Is there like a core or a central or a biggest piece remaining?
There is actually. It's a piece of yellow mana in the middle.
And since I'm still on the roof, how far down is this?
It is about 50 feet.
Cool. I can sacred flame it from here.
Okay. So you sacred flame that, and it just automatically fails. When you do, the stone begins thrumming with blue instead of yellow.
Okay.
And the paladin starts shouting and pointing at you.
Oh, I'm gone. I'm so gone.
Okay. Make a stealth roll real quick. And Anu can help you because she was your partner with this.
I don't think I need the help. That's a 21.
21. Okay. So yeah, you easily evade them and just left a mana crystal on the ground now.
It's not corrupted anymore. They can fucking have it.
Yep. Anu, one of them is very close to your house. It's
What, the crystal? Oh, the
one of the trolls. One of the trolls has roosted on the top steeple of the Church of Creation, who are the healers and really the only ones that seem to care for offering medicine or medical support to the lower classes in the city.
My check was a 15.
Oh yeah, you can definitely topple this thing off of the roof with that. So you topple it off. It's a little bit tougher, but you manage to topple it and it breaks and shatters, and there is a yellow stone once again in the middle of it. You see a couple of the friars come out in these plain brown hooded robes, and they like look at it, and one of them starts to reach toward the yellow crystal.
Don't you dare.
Why?
It's
what
corrupted.
are you doing? You broke our statue.
Mind your business.
You broke our statue. That is our business.
I will slap the shit out of you. Stop it.
Do you know what monks do?
Do you know what I do?
No. Who are you?
I'm saving your ass. That's what I...
You're a moon elf. There aren't even moon elves in the city.
Oh, you sweet thing. Would my firebolt be able to stop the corruption, or do I just need...
Nope, you need a Phoenix Fire.
Phoenix Fire. Did Wisp... I'm still with Wisp, right?
I don't know, Wisp, are you kind of buddy systeming it, or did you split up?
I mean, we were going 2 by 2 before, so if we took care of the first one that I took the roll for, yes, I would be with
Okay.
you.
All right, so you're with her.
And so I'll like sort of step in, I'm backing her up in front of the monks, like, just keep back, and like sacred flame the crystal on the ground real quick.
Okay. And once again, it turns blue.
And I'm picking it up this time.
Okay. When you touch it, you do remember that you get sent into the wild if you touch mana raw.
That's
Do I get sent into the wild?
I don't think I have gloves. Anu, do you have like just something you can grab that with?
Yes, I have mage hand, but I don't have a weapon. Yeah, like, do I go into the wild if I touch it bare hands?
Yeah, everyone who can cast spells does.
Then I will do mage hand to put it into a pouch.
Okay, the crystals are not super big. They are about the size of a baseball, so that's not difficult to do.
Yay!
Nice.
All right. And next, do we have Masquerade or Nim?
I got a 15.
15, once again, just enough. So you struggle, it's heavy, it's a stone statue. But as you knock this one off of a fountain in the middle of a square, everyone's just kind of looking at you. And it's mostly just about difficulty trying to get the leverage to get it down. And eventually you manage to get it. And it crumbles. And you see a yellow stone in the middle of it as well.
Probably best to contain that, I guess. I'm not touching it with my hands.
Okay. And the last one is in the Merchants District on a bakery. Nim?
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You watch as Nim just kind of like effortlessly shoves this thing over the edge, and it
But I also do it with some
crumbles.
flair, and then I do one of these afterwards, and then I like dust off my cloak because I'm feeling sassy.
And people sort of like look and stare at you as well, and like some of them start running off to go get the guards, but you know the guards have got plenty more to worry about with everything going on in the city right now. They're not going to worry about a little vandalism.
Guards, they're taking down the statues and trying to erase history. Stop them.
And yeah, so you guys successfully get rid of the trolls. Is Wisp going to go around and purify the other stones?
Yeah, when we meet back up. Well, actually, did we cover whether or not Nim took that one? Because I know Mask did.
So Nim and Mask both got the things broken. Did you actually take it, Masquerade?
Yes, I wrapped
Okay.
it in something and brought it. I didn't touch it with
Okay.
my hands.
Okay. So you just do the same thing with the other one then, I guess. So
Okay. So yeah, once we meet back up, yeah, I'm knocking the hell out of these.
Okay. So they turn back to blue monocrystals. You guys have 2 raw monocrystals in your inventory now.
No, 3 because Anu had one.
Oh, 3. Okay. So you have 3. And that is where we're going to cut it off. You guys have successfully defeated those trolls, if only for the time being, but still, you have defeated them. You've taken their cores out, and everything is coming to a tenuous lull. And you now, next time, are going to have to talk about where you go from here. So, yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. So, thank you guys for playing. Thank you, everyone, for coming and joining us and tolerating our technical difficulties as we were late and everything. And, yeah, until next time, tell your story your way. Bye.